Welcome to a Vanguard news video without the bullshit. Let's get started. Dear Days brats can finally get their paws on Austria, Grifogula, and Vanguard in the next 2 days as DBT08 will be coming to the game as DLC. Still expect Chronojet, Eva, and Minerva to still be the most played decks in higher tiers of rank as this set gives Chronojet the one rare grade 1 it needs to become better. And if you want me to use Grifogula on my stream, you better hit that super thanks button so I can afford this DLC. If you were aroused to see the lead vocals of P4 DJs happy around and Bang Dreams might go shit talk each other in a children's card game last week, then Bushiroad is banking on the simps to shell out money to buy their new cards in DBT13. Red Eye of Governing Ruler Lindorkia when place on rear guard lets you pay 1 counterblast if you have a Masks Vanguard to call up to 1 grade 3 or lower card with a different name than her from the top 5 cards of your deck, then bind a trigger unit in your drop zone. And while on rear guard during your turn, she gets 10k power if your bind zone has 3 or more trigger units. It's oddly convenient that both Astria and Omina Gruzio work fundamentally the same, complete with masks forms, and are both piloted by female characters in the show. It's like their decks were designed off their characters first before any other mechanic was put in place. Like Dradueld and Greedon can use this as well, but neither of them really benefit from trigger binding. On a side note, Red Eye's card in Vanguard confirmed Progressing Promise in Lisa, while on rear guard or Guardian Circle cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects, and gets 10k power and shields if your Vanguard is in unison dress state. So it's a turn 4 card that becomes a 20k beat stick with 15k shields that's a good target for Resonance Dragon's ability, and is also immune to Gandiva's bullshit. Guess the fear having your board wiped clean isn't an issue anymore. Rhythm of Joy Lentis, while on rear guard during your turn, gets 2k power if you have a Lion-Orn Vanguard. She gets 5k power instead if your Vanguard is in unison dress state. And while on rear guard at the end of your turn, you can retire herself if your Vanguard was boosted by 3 or more times this turn to draw a card and countercharge 1 damage if your damage zone has no face-up cards. Lion-Orn finally gets a good countercharger that can also avoid Gandiva's bullshit. It seems like every new card is being designed towards avoiding Gandiva in one way or the other. Finally, if you like to follow booster sets based on their set code, then get ready to be utterly confused as Japan's DSS-11 is going to be different from the DSS-11 English players will be getting. Japan's DSS-11 or Triple Drive booster is basically a reprint set with alternate artworks as well as 5 new cards and a new Regalis piece. Only Dragon Empire and Keta Sanctuary will be getting new cards, because Bushiroad has a Kai and Aichi bias, even though they are not in the show anymore. So think of this like a Yu and Raika bias instead. There are no information if we English players will be getting this set. And if we do, it's going to have a different set code, because we apparently needed a Masks of Hydragram reprint earlier than Japan, and it ironically was reprinted in DBT12 anyway, thus making the English reprint all but pointless. And that concludes this Vanguard news video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments which card reprints do you want to see in Triple Drive Booster.